May 12th, the Saturday. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. We have a great day here so far. I'm out in the field, and what do I see but lots and lots of growth down the row. If I go and count the potatoes plants, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's just on this row. It's finally starting to pick up. Onions are huge. They're at least 24 inches tall. And I have a couple garlics showing. Over on this side, what I'm doing is I'm finally getting in gear and getting the transplants ready. And I can already see a problem with my idea, but I'm going to use this fence as a trellis of some sort for my cucumbers and watermelons and stuff which can climb. And so I'm going to have all my white fabric pots out here on top of this landscaping fabric that I'm just putting down to kind of cheat and get rid of all this stuff immediately. And I have 12 10-gallon pots, which I'm doing to get started with. And then we'll see how it goes from there. I have this leftover whip of the drip line. It was crimped there with a clamp at the end of this row that I had going. And I uncrimped it, and I have it going all the way to the end of the field right there. So I'll be able to also irrigate all of the transplants at the same time that I irrigate the onions, the potatoes, and the garlic. And then check this out. We have more potato growth here on this row. It's doing awesome, it looks like. I'm actually no potato expert. This is my first time growing potatoes. But I see green, and that's good enough for me for now. So, I gotta go get to mixing my soil up. I have like a Pro Mix soil and some other stuff. How did my dog get in here? Arya Morton, get out of the field right now. Alright, so we're out here by the field. Crops are right here. I have the truck over here with my soil that I'm going to be putting my transplants in. This is just for my own personal consumption, so I'm not going to be trying any tests or anything like this. I want this stuff to grow. I'm grabbing these fabric pots that I got. It's probably the cheapest solution I've found per gallon. Even cheaper than 5-gallon buckets at $3 a pop. They're 10-gallon fabric pots, and they're white, which will really help out here in the summertime. They just kind of expand. Sorry for the terrible camera angle. Always need a third hand. But yeah, see, so they just kind of pop out, and then you fill them with soil and water them like normal, yada yada. It's just a container. So this one here, for 6 10-gallon pots, cost me $11. So that's really cheap comparatively. And they will also last a couple seasons. They're also white, which will again help with the sun, reflect it, and keep the water in the pot, as opposed to if it was a black pot, it would dry it right out because it would get way too hot. Now, what I got here is, this is just something called Pro Mix by a company, HPM, I don't even know, but it's very airy, okay? It has a ton of drainage. I'm growing melons and squash family, which really love drainage. So that's why I got this stuff. It's almost as cheap as going and buying a yard of soil. It's 3.8 cubic feet for $14. Not bad. Also comes with perlite and everything already mixed into it. It comes with mycorrhizae, which are the beneficial bacterium that help with plants uptake nutrients. Now, what I'm also doing is I have my worm castings and I have some organic fertilizer that I'll be sowing in the top few inches of the pot. Ah, my phone is attached to my hand. Alright. So I just go in here with my mini shovel, transfer it over to the pot. And then I keep on doing this over and over again. I'm sure there's probably like a way easier way to do this. Like bust open the end of it and just dump it out or something, but I'm trying to save as much of it as I can. I hate spilling soil. Like even like a cup of it, I'll probably like go grab a cup and like be scraping it off the ground, trying to get it back in here. Like this, that bugs me right there. Yep, and I'll be doing this, rinse and repeat till it's filled. It's not taking too long. It's only 10 gallons. Alright, it didn't take me long to get bored of doing the shoveling scoop by scoop, so I just have the tractor with the container up high with this thing kind of over it, so I can just funnel it in, essentially. It's a lot quicker. Oh, look at that. I've already done like the whole bag. It's been like 2 seconds. Not bad. Okay, it's about the same level as the others. I'm going to come back and mulch on top after it's planted and such. Could probably go with a little more. Okay, now I just grab the handles on it, and that's that. It's not even that heavy of a mix because it's mostly sphagnum moss. Whoops. Okay, so I have these in queue. Hang on, I got something in my eye. God. Got these in queue to be put down there on the... Wow, the wind already blew it away. On the landscape fabric. And what I'm doing now is I put in, these are worm castings, okay? So I have these worm castings right here. And I take this little 3-inch cup. It's like a transplant cup. And I just take 2. Just 2 like kind of full cups full of it. Just dump it around. That's 1. This is 2. And then I'll go in and break up these big clumps. Okay. Same with this side over here. Alright, now that that's done, I come back with So this is the fertilizer that I'm using here. It is not, what is it? It's like FDA certified organic, but they do adhere to the International Code of Organic Production, which is, just good enough for me. It's an international company. So I'm going to take it here and I'm going to try to sprinkle about the same amount as the other stuff. So I just kind of eyeball it. 1 cup, 2 cup, whatever, sure. 1 cup, 2 cup, sure. Okay. I just got to make sure that I can do that enough times to do 8 more, which I should be able to. Now I'm just going in here with my gloved hand and I'm taking this. You can see the black stuff is the worm castings underneath it. And I'm just taking my fingers like this and just rotating it around the top, all right? And what that does is that gets the fertilizer in contact with the soil, which helps it break down because the soil is what holds the water. If that stuff's just sitting on the top layer, it's not really doing you too much good unless it's constantly, wet, which will then rot your plants. So, mixing in just a little bit. Now I'm going to do the same to this side. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not sitting here with a shovel and trying to spin it in or anything like that. Because when I water it, it'll sit there and bring all the good stuff down to the bottom. And the roots there will find it also. Alright, there we go. So I have now 4 pots prepared to go in the field for my transplanted watermelon / cucumbers / cantaloupes. I think that's... Oh yeah, and peppers too. Man, this is going to be a good one. Can't wait. Now that the sun's not blazing in our eyeballs, you can see the potato growth a lot easier. We're just finishing up. We have 12 10-gallon bags. I brought the strawberry over here, so it'll be on the drip tape. We had it kinked off right here because this was the end of the 3rd row. We did like a half of a row or whatever when we planted all the rest of these potatoes. Now we've unkinked it, have it, well, this is kinked right here. I need to unkink that. But then we have it pulled through all of the buckets, or whatever you want to call them, bags, pots. Now we're taking the transplants, or the seedlings, which are doing amazingly, right? Can't believe they've lived this long. And we're getting them potted over. We're trying to select the best and strongest one out of each of the group. So, best chance of survival. I'll try to see if maybe I can do something with the remainders, but for right now, it's a miracle enough that I've got to this point and have all of this stuff ready. Now, you may notice that we left the soil a bit low. We're hoping that that helps slightly with the wind. We're not sure if it will. That's the only big concern that I have. Like always, the wind around here is killer. Almost done. Man, I'm excited. We finally utilized the other half of a 1/3 of our field. These are all vine types, and they're going to hopefully take over this whole area. We now need to go retrieve water so we can give everything in the field a nice long soak. Also, we need to give them water immediately because the soil medium is pretty dry. So we're going to do that to give them the best possible chance they can get. It's been a good afternoon project. It's time to put all the stuff away close up the field. This is the drive out. It's a beautiful overcast day. Tiny bit of rain. It's going to be great for everything around here. I love how much rain we're getting here finally. It is beautiful.